We have some important news right now. ICE is rapidly expanding its surveillance technology and apparatus, surveilling you and not just undocumented immigrants. In a new report released recently by the Brennan Center for Justice, ICE is now signing contracts worth up to $25 million for spy technology, including social media monitoring systems, cell phone location tracking, facial recognition, remote hacking tools, and much more. And they're no longer just going after undocumented immigrants or people they believe are undocumented. They're going after people that they call are dissenters. For example, anti-ICE protesters, anti-ICE advocates. One of these technologies allows ICE to ingest and analyze more than 8 billion social media posts per day. According to the Brennan Center, they're paying a company called Penlink for monitoring tools to gather information, including social media platforms, the dark web, and databases for location data. Spread the word. People need to know that you may be tracked. Follow along for more. We have some important news right now. ICE is rapidly...
It looks like they're creating a full-blown surveillance state in America. That's right. ICE was awarded $20 million in funding by the DHS for all this surveillance technology, including they have an app too now. And we'll get the name of that app briefly, but shortly. But everybody thought it was about getting rid of illegal immigrants, not understanding that they were incrementally honing in on United States citizens. And we can see it full-fledged now. I know a lot of the good old boys, a lot of MAGA, they thought that this was all about migration, and they feel in some type of way knowing right now ICE is being used to pretty much take away everyone's civil rights, because they got devices that they can scan people's faces and you won't even know you're being scanned at all. They'll be entering you in certain data processing centers and you won't even know it's happening. They're watching social media posts. And, you know, we talked about this in a couple streams ago, right? We talked about the fact that ICE would be playing a huge role in the next couple years. And that role is going to be a lot bigger than just some immigration enforcement. No. And, you know, there's a lot going on, of course, and we're going to talk about these things, and we're going to dig a little bit more into this surveillance that's going on. But also, brothers and sisters, some new footage came out, HD footage of the White House correspondent dinner shooting. And let's just say we can see why the so-called conspiracy theorists, as they call us, are questioning what happened, because apparently the shooter and an agent were talking right before the shooting. And it looks very much janky. I got the footage released directly from the Hilton Hotel that the dinner took place. And it really validates why everybody is saying it's staged, and we're going to evaluate that. And of course, brothers and sisters, we're going to chop it up about Trump's approval rating going down the drain. However, it seems like no one in a government position is doing anything about it. And of course, we got to, you know, talk a little bit about this Erica Kirk character, because there's more developments with that as well. But y'all know how we do. We bring nothing but the truth. So as you enter the broadcast, make sure you get the likes up. Let's get to it.
They working against us. They hate our souls. They hate us. They hate our righteous indignation. They hate the exhortation that dwells in us. They hate our love for the hate the fact that we repentant. They hate the fact that we're truthful, honest, and bold. They hate our courage. Them devils hate us. We're not finna line ourselves up with these weirdos and freaks, with these weirdos and freaks. They working against us. They hate our souls. Weirdos and freaks. But these weirdos and freaks, they working against us. They hate our souls. Nubreed.
Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Welcome back, everybody. It's good to have y'all for another broadcast. It's your brother Nubreed. I see everybody rolling in the chat pretty quick. As you enter the broadcast, y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. Make sure everybody can get this message. Y'all know we gonna cook, as always. I'm gonna bring a lot of information to the table. You know, we're gonna have some laughs in there. We're gonna have a good time. I hope everybody has their libations ready. It's great to be amongst the like-minded. Brothers and sisters, it's beginning to feel like it felt when 9/11 happened. And we gave these people an inch and they took a mile from us. You know, when the Patriot Act was instituted and we pretty much lost a lot of our sovereignty. And there was a lot of espionage and illegal wiretappings and just strange phenomena going on. And, you know, it feels like we're in that time once again. Just like they told us that ICE would be going to airports to assist with TSA, when the whole time TSA wasn't getting paid at the time, but they were training ICE to do their job. A lot of TSA agents got laid off and ICE took over their jobs. So, you know, it's happening all over again where freedom seems to be slipping from the American people, but people are not really paying attention to it. So it is it is our due diligence to make people aware of what's going on, because a lot of people are being distracted. ICE just got $20 million to surveil United States citizens. They've been given all kind of new technology. They've been given all kind of new apps and so forth. And nobody's really talking about it, but
we have some pretty significant news right now. ICE is using a new app to track facial recognition, not just in Minnesota, but across America. And you need to know about it. The new app is called Mobile Fortify. And according to The Guardian, all you have to do, or all ICE has to do, is point that app at your face, and they get information from multiple federal and state databases. But the problem is that even federal courts have found it to be unreliable, and yet ICE is using it anyway to go after citizens and non-citizens alike. They have used Mobile Fortify more than 100,000 times to scan facial recognition of people across America. Because previously, facial recognition was limited to ports of entry, for example. Now, just walking down the street can get you scanned. This is all part of ICE building out this massive surveillance system. But it's important that people know that you literally walking down the street, you may have your face scanned and you may never know it. It also raises significant constitutional concerns because that technically could be a search under the Fourth Amendment. Major stuff happening. People need to know about it. Spread the word. Follow for more. We have some pretty...
Absolutely. And just today, May 1st, they've been approved for more technology. And this, about 3 months ago, the DHS brought it to the floor, and it was pretty much under question whether or not that they were going to pass this bill, but they passed it, man. And ICE is gaining more power. Like by 2027, it really looks like by 2027, ICE is going to have a huge role. And the United States is not really pushing back because a lot of people are just uninformed. They're just uninformed. But this is very real. And this is something that we should be paying attention to. All right. All right. Let me go here. And also, we got some updates as of late as well on Iran today, actually claiming that the United States has spent over $100 billion on this war so far.
Iran's foreign minister is now claiming the war has already cost the United States over $100 billion in taxpayer money. He says the Pentagon is lying. Netanyahu's gamble has directly cost America $100 billion so far, 4 times what it claims. Indirect costs for U.S. taxpayers are far higher. Monthly bill for each American household is $500 and rising. Israel first always means America last. He posted this chart. It's the share of Americans who say their financial situation is getting worse. It's currently at 55%, higher than it was during the 2020 pandemic and the 2008 financial crisis. At the same time, it's also being reported that Iran has conveyed a final proposal to the U.S. through Pakistani mediators overnight. And Steve Witkoff has sent updated changes to the negotiations that reintroduce the nuclear issue as a core condition. However, a member of Iran's National Security Committee says the Iranian nuclear issue is closed and is not subject to negotiations, so it seems like we aren't getting anywhere. At the same time, people have noticed through tracking websites that there have been over 12 transport aircrafts flying above the Middle East this morning, so it's clear something is about to happen. Iran's foreign minister is now claiming the war.
Now, I want everybody to consider something. There's no such thing as government funding. Let me repeat that. There's no such thing as government funding, because everything that funds the actual government is taxpayer dollars. So, ladies and gentlemen, when the government does anything that's out of our pockets, when they do anything is out of our pockets, there's literally no such thing as government funding. Everything is ran off of taxpayer dollars. Everything. Now that we understand that, right? Well, I just simplified it, right? This is the reason why we get so outraged about this stuff. $100 billion over a war that we did not ask for. Meanwhile, we're suffering. And this is why I believe at some point there has to be some type of revolt that takes place. Once people understand what this handful of Satanists, this handful of Luciferians are doing, people are going to eventually push back, because there's only a handful of them. You can fit them all in one room, you know. And I want to go to some scripture here. I want to go to some scripture because there's some very interesting times we in. Luke 12:2 says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." See, no matter how hidden something is, brothers and sisters, in this system's plans, that goes for conversations, it's going to come to the light. It comes to any footage they have, any court moments, all of that stuff is going to come to the light. All right. And once everything hits the fan, once everything is exposed, things are going to take a very, very interesting turn. Things are going to take a very interesting turn.
We have some major news. The Trump administration has admitted to Congress in private that it was the United States who bombed that school in Iran, killing over 160 people, the majority of which were children. Trump officials told lawmakers in these closed-door briefings this week that the U.S. was targeting the area in Iran where an elementary school was struck. They also said that the U.S. knows the strike on the school was not by the Israelis. They also said that the United States was operating in that section of Iran and did not offer a likely alternative theory to the idea that the strike could have been by the U.S. Now, publicly, the Trump administration has said that the investigation is ongoing, but they're telling lawmakers that they're pretty confident they know what happened. And this photo went viral online yesterday. It is heartbreaking. It's the last photo of Mikhail, a third grade student reportedly killed in the strike. He was seen waving goodbye to his mother. Trump administration killed him. Just devastating, heartbreaking stuff. And the fact that I've seen Trump supporters online defending this is insane to me. We have some major news. The Trump administration has admitted to...
It's all coming out. So if this is what took place, they should be withdrawing from this war indefinitely. If a war crime is what started the back and forth, America should be surrendering right now. If it was a whoops, my bad situation that sparked this war, if it was a war crime situation that sparked this war and it's being admitted, then all this should cease. All of it should stop. And I'm telling you, that Strait of Hormuz, the longer it stays closed, the worse things are going to get in every aspect. I'm telling y'all now. In every way. And you know what's interesting? All of this was predicted. The time we're in right now, all of it was predicted back in 1997. I want to go to this particular clip where a man in 1997 revealed all of what's going on today, just to show you all of it's been scripted.
Even worse, smart homes. They have a whole chapter on smart homes / smart cities. This one will absolutely floor you. It did me. In 1997, and this is, you can do the word search and research yourself. They predicted, not 2025, but by 2020, that people would be working from home virtually. Come on. Nuclear devices causing widespread contamination. Nanotech devices. This stuff was never even heard of. Digital currency. And last but certainly not least, vaccination programs. I'm sorry, I got to chuckle, because if I don't, I'll cry. vaccination programs run by organizations like the World Health Organization for a global killer that has yet to emerge. First printing, February 1997. Even worse, smart homes.
That was February 1997. They're just working out the plan. It's all scripted, all of it. And their agenda is not something that they will ever deviate from. They just won't. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." This is not just about certain individuals. This is about a plan that is orchestrated by their father, the devil. And they're just being used to carry it out. Now, for those who don't know, and we're going to go here, I want to show y'all. And first of all, we got to show you how little coverage actually came. How little coverage was actually shown for these people passing these laws to allow ICE to surveil people. Very little coverage, but this is stuff that I pay attention to. Peep this, y'all.
Bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security and end the record-long shutdown here. DHS was going to run out of money tonight at midnight. Scripps News senior congressional correspondent Nathaniel Reed joins us now live on Capitol Hill. So Nate, that bill headed to the president's desk. Let's talk about what's in it and what's not in this funding version.
A very appropriate question, Maritza, and that's because this bill funds about 90 or more % of the Department of Homeland Security. All of those things that directly touch Americans. TSA at airports, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management.
Now look, this funding is for 90. We're talking about 90% of Homeland Security funding going to ICE. 90%. Pay attention to this.
Management Agency, the Coast Guard, U.S. Secret Service protecting the president and his cabinet. Those are now all funded through the end of the fiscal year. Here's what's not funded as part of this package. Anything related to ICE and Border Patrol. Those two areas, Republicans split those out after they were unable to reach an agreement with Democrats. And what they're doing is they're trying to pass this partisan plan to send tens of billions of dollars to those agencies for the next 3 years to fund them through the end of President Trump's term and make sure that they are able to stay funded and keep those agencies afloat. Democrats had proposed some what they're called common sense changes requiring that agents not wear face coverings, that they wear body cameras, that they use judicial warrants.
Guess what? This funding was accepted and approved. Yeah, we're talking about some martial law enforcement. What are they gearing up for? Yeah, somebody said it. George Orwell wrote about this. 100. Nene is the one who said this is martial law enforcement. Absolutely. This reminds me of that movie Civil War when they asked, what kind of American are you? And they got all of the technology to run a police state. I mean, it's apparent that that's what they're trying to do in America.
Republicans called those radical demands, and for that reason, they decided to separate those out. Now, Republicans, if you've been watching our coverage for the past couple of days, they've been pillorying this plan to fund the vast majority of the Department of Homeland Security while leaving all of that funding for ICE and Border Patrol separately. Yet, in a stunning turn of events this afternoon, Republicans actually voting pretty much unanimously to pass that funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Some ultra-conservatives, including Congressman Chip Roy, a member of the House Freedom Caucus, venting their frustration in the moments after that happened. Take a listen.
This is not how we should be doing it. We were very clear about that. But at some point here, the vote's going to happen. That vote was going to pass if there was a suspension vote. So we agreed to let it go by voice vote. We've been trying to do it the right way, and it's Democrats that are setting the precedent for taking out ICE and Border Patrol out of the Homeland Security funding. And by the way, two can play at that game. So they're setting a precedent for how this is going to play out from now on. And if we want to fund government by reconciliation, then we're welcome to do it. That's what Democrats are doing. Talk to Harry Reid about how the filibuster worked out for him on judges.
Clearly a lot of frustration on the House side. By the way, worth noting that Chip Roy is not running for re-election in November. Also worth noting the House of Representatives has...
A house divided will fall. And I want you to understand that they're playing political mind games with the people. They've been approved for $20 million. And see, what it is they want the people to believe because ICE is separate that they're not getting the funding. No. There's a reason why the president went ahead and the Republican side went ahead and voted for. They control the whole Homeland Security. When you think of Homeland Security for the next 3 years, think of ICE. When you think of Homeland Security, don't think of the National Guard. Don't think of ICE, because that's who's going to get the most funding. That's who's getting the most funding, ICE. Trump's own personal militia, armed militia.
One more vote in the next hour, and then they leave on recess until the middle of May. Both chambers of Congress smelling those jet fumes at Washington Reagan National Airport, getting out of town, going back to their home districts, and again, getting out of D.C., but making sure that DHS was funded ahead of time. Republicans, by the way, still have more work to do on that partisan plan to fund ICE and Border Patrol. That will resume once the recess is over, Maritza.
Okay, so Nate, two-part question here. Any indication of what changed for House Speaker Mike Johnson to actually bring this after he said he wasn't going to? And who's the winner here? Is there any winner in this deal that was passed?
Well, I think there are Democrats and Republicans who are claiming that they're winners as a result of what happened on the House floor. But what changed? Speaker Johnson had said in the past that he'd be willing to put this up for a vote once he saw.
Now, let me give y'all some of the details of what ICE was awarded, right? Because I got the details right here. I'm going to read a couple things here, just so you understand what's been approved. All right. So, and I'm going to tell you my sources as well. So, according to the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, and the Times of India, ICE, here's the headlines for each. Wall Street Journal says, "We know you live right here. No secrets in America. New surveillance dragnet." Washington Post says the powerful tools in ICE's arsenal to track, suspect, and protesters. The Times of India says ICE is planning to launch smart glasses. And here's the specific language used by the DHS for them. So what ICE got was a massive funding expansion. ICE has received huge funding increases tied to immigration enforcement. Some reports say budgets and programs are billions of dollars deep. And that's according to Electronic Frontier. Congress is actively debating even more funding right now. So big money is flowing in ICE right now. The tech that they're using right now, facial recognition and biometrics, phone location, tracking data, license plate readers, social media monitoring, drones and surveillance aircraft, AI-powered data analysis, and they just got mobile fortify, smart glasses for real-time identification, and another $30 million in surveillance platform contracts. Now, that's what came out of all of this. So don't let them play games with you. All you got to do is look it up in the articles. The news is not really talking about this much, but this is a big deal. This is a big deal because they came in acting like that they were just trying to enforce border control. And you know what? I don't really see too many people talking about this. Everybody who was like, yeah, get them Mexicans out of here and all that. Now, what do you think? Now that it's turning into 1984 George Orwell novel when they're using all this security and surveillance on United States citizens. Now, what do y'all have to say? Where's MAGA at? Where's the Black Republicans at? Where's Hispanics for Trump? Where's the United States citizens who thought that that was a good idea to just be snatching people off the streets? It ain't barely any more Mexicans walking around here no more. They afraid to speak Spanish in public. They done wiped out the farms. They done wiped out them. So now what is the reason why ICE need all this funding? I tell you why. For martial law. It's martial law funding. They're getting ready for public uprisings. They getting ready for real life purges. They getting ready for civil unrest. They getting ready for riots so they can have facial recognition. Telling you. Pay attention to what's really going on. Meanwhile, they giving us these damn Gestapo rules and regulations. We got a video of this alleged White House shooting, White House correspondent dinner shooting at the Hilton. I want to share the actual footage for y'all. We just got some HD footage that just been released. And we got it. FBI field audio video program. Everybody get the likes up. Because they called us conspiracy theorists for being suspicious of this White House shooting. But I want y'all to check this out. Hold on, let's get that down. That dude is just casually just strolling on through the hotel. Just casually strolling. Now the question is right now, where is his firearm? Where is it? Peep this. That's the gym room. Got cameras set up everywhere. See, they got to show you they got to show you all the evidence. They got to all be released. Let's take a gander at what really happened at this damn White House dinner. Look, he just strolling. Not a weapon in sight. Went into the fitness room. Looked like he just made a point of contact with somebody. I believe he might even be mic'd up. He may even be mic'd up. You notice he keeps grabbing his shirt like this, like he may be mic'd up. Look like he's waiting. Now, the U.S. government got some explaining to do to the people, because what we about to see is just crazy, y'all. And my thing is, why does Donald Trump keep staging his own damn assassinations and keep getting away with it? And it'd be obvious stages. That's the main question I got. Why does our U.S. president keep staging assassination attempts? He looked like an NPC. He looked like an extra in Grand Theft Auto. Hold on. Let's fast forward a little bit. Approximately 3 minutes pass. Watch this. He's still just walking around. Hold on. Let's move it up for y'all. Let's get to the good stuff. Now peep this. This is the part I want y'all to pay attention to. This circle right here, that's him. He walks into this room. Y'all see this? Y'all see that right there? Look, ladies and gentlemen, he walks into a room. He's been, listen, this NPC been strolling around the hotel. He walks into a room, all of the security, Secret Service, everybody's right there. You see that circle right there? All right, now watch this, because this is bizarre. Now look, there's an officer talking to him. And to me, it looks clear that the officer is, I don't know, he's saying something to him. Hey, man, hey, you ready to shoot? What is he saying? He went in that room unarmed. Hey, man, you grabbing a gun now? Hey, what you doing in there, buddy? You just, hey, you know, we're about to start filming here in a second. Let me see if y'all can see this. Let me full screen this for y'all, in case y'all not seeing what I'm seeing. Let's, okay, that helped right there. Y'all see him right there. Hey, buddy, what you doing there? Look, let's go back. That's the shooter. He's walking in this room. He's unarmed. He's unarmed because we didn't just see him walking through everywhere else. Like, what the hell is going on here? He walks in here. Here comes officer. Hey, buddy, what you in there doing? Hey, man, we about getting ready to film. They setting everything up now. Hey, you know, they're setting up the security thing now. Look, there's even a dog. Yo, look at this, y'all. There's even a police dog. Unreal. There's even a police dog right there. This is unreal. Watch this. Hold on, buddy. We're almost done. All right, run now. Now he got to, come on, man. This guy right here got the weapon drawn on him. He got a gun pointed to him. You mean to tell me nobody's firing? Like, what is really happening right now, y'all? Oh, man, this is insane. This is crazy. So he just hit the Madden turbo past these people. The officer right there turns his back and he just runs out. Look. Police dog and all. The dog didn't even chase him. Look. And it did look like it was a shot, some shots fired, but look at this. So, you know, that's just odd. This is odd. It's like, what were they doing? Did they shoot blanks? Like, what was that? Yeah, he would have definitely got blasted right there. That would have been done. That was just the weirdest thing. Just the fact that it was an officer. Just the fact that there was an officer there talking to him is just bizarre, man. It really validates why we just don't trust these people, man. They really think we just stupid. Yeah, he definitely hit the Madden turbo. And it's like, it did look mad rehearsed. And, you know, the people are just not buying it. For obvious reasons, people are not buying it. We're just not buying it, y'all. Man, I tell you. Only in America. Only in America. And then we got, of course, we got to chop it up about what's going on with China. China had just made some real threats to Israel. I want y'all to hear this.
I want to tell the Israeli government and the Israeli leaders that the moment Israel uses a nuclear warhead against any other country, including against Iran, it will be the demise of Israel as a country, as a state. First of all, I want to tell the Israeli government and the Israeli leaders that the moment Israel uses a nuclear warhead against any other country, including against Iran, it will be the demise of Israel as a country, as a state. First of all, I want to tell the Israeli government and the Israeli...
Oh, China talking spicy. They said if Israel used any kind of nuclear weapon on Iran, then they are going to cease to exist. So the world war is still escalating, man. The world war is still escalating. It really is.
There has never been a president who has faced this many assassination attempts in Americans' entire history.
There actually have been many other attempts on many other presidents, but those were not used for publicity.
There has never been a president who has faced this many assassination attempts in Americans' entire history.
There actually have been many other attempts on many other presidents, but those were not used for publicity.
Man, listen, man. This damn Erica Kirk, boy. And it's clear that they're just trying to get that ballroom. That's what it's all about, getting them a ballroom. Let me see.
Well, breaking, fuck the news. Good morning again. The U.S. national debt has, for the first time since World War II, is now larger than the United States economy. Let that sink in for a second. Mm-hmm. The U.S. national debt is now larger than the economy as a whole, hitting levels not seen since the aftermath of the Second World War. New data has revealed figures released by the Bureau of Economic Analysis Thursday placed the total debt held by the American public at $31.27 trillion as of March 31st. Meanwhile, the country's nominal gross domestic product was estimated at $31.22 trillion. Meaning the national debt as a percentage of the GDP stands at 100.2%, putting it on course to challenge the historic 106% recorded in the 1946 during demobilization.
Wow.
We're breaking records, everybody.
America's in some serious trouble, y'all. America's debt is worth more than its gross. And Trump want to build a ballroom to worship Baal. They want to keep staging events and assassination attempts. And it's madness, y'all. It's truly madness. I want to read a scripture here because we know what times we in. Yeah, we know what's going on. Hold on one moment. And I want to go to, Revelations 13 and 16. And it reads, "And he calls of all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark that no man might buy or sell, saith he have the mark." There's a reason why they're, pretty much squeezing America's economy out. We're looking at a global reset. That's what's happening right now. They want to create a system that has digital currency, and they want to put the pressure on people to get that universal basic income, get those digital marks. And notice the scripture says calls people to get the mark. Nobody's going to be forced to do it. A lot of people are going to line up out of desperation and confusion. That's why you're in the best place to stay grounded
Breaking fucking news. This is Donald Trump walking into the villages in Florida for his little fiasco of a speech that I've been showing clips of. Listen, let me show you this. There's so many crackers in that room. There is not a fly in that sea of milk.
It wasn't even a lot of people there. There wasn't a lot of people there at all. It's the first of the month, y'all. May 1st. They calling it May Day. And that global economic blackout didn't go nowhere. It didn't go nowhere.
Now, if you don't already know, the U.S. is receiving its last oil shipment from Iran on April 15th, which means a couple things. One, gas prices are going to skyrocket. Yeah, we already knew this, and we said this last time, and they never skyrocketed, but I'll explain why it's really going to happen this time.
Telling y'all now, I am reporting this live from Virginia, Hampton, Virginia. Okay, Hampton, Virginia. Okay, this is now the fourth gas station I have been to. There's no gas. Stores are closed. There is no gas. There is no gas. People thought that y'all really think this is a game, right? That last shipment of gas to the United States was really on the 15th, bro. Was on the fucking 15th, bro. So, Americans, what are we doing? What are we doing? Because these billionaires is laughing in our fucking face. This entire fucking government needs to fucking go. Now. This entire government needs to go now. They have failed us completely as the people. They have completely failed us. They have completely failed us. They have failed us. Why do we have this government still? This government needs to go now. Because it's about to get fucking bad out here. It's about to get bad. Okay? So, again, I am reporting from Hampton, Virginia on April 30th, 2026. There is no gas. This is the fifth gas station I've been to. People are lining up trying to get gas. There is no gas. What are we doing?
Well, what's about to happen is what they're going to call the energy crisis. And you know what the interesting part is? They're going to try to find a way where they don't really blame it on the Strait of Hormuz being closed. You're going to see a lot of conflicting, converging stories that try to make it seem like it's something else, when in actuality, it's all about the Strait of Hormuz being closed. That's what's causing this. And so, you know, we're going to see it go down. I mean, what do we expect? America does not really have a system to really produce its own oil. And, you know, America don't want to play fair. You know, it's just coming to that time, y'all. Let's go.
Are we going up to Washington or what are we doing? Because enough is enough. We're about to get violent in a minute and this entire government got to go. Go now. It's done.
For all you people that think the Iran war is going to end soon and that your gas prices are going to go back down, I hate to inform you, but we have the lowest amounts of oil and gas right now, currently, and almost in U.S., like in U.S. history. The lowest amount of oil and gas stored in the United States, almost in the U.S.'s history. So you think that $4.18 a gallon is bad, or you think the $4.18 a gallon is gonna drop? I keep warning you people, but no one listens to me. See, Trump, he thought when we started this drill baby drill model, we're gonna drill baby drill. We don't need their oil. Why do you think he's over there in Iran fighting right now? If he had enough oil to supply our needs here in the United States, trust me, we wouldn't be over there right now. This is all about trying to get more oil for the United States. That's what it's about. It's not about Netanyahu. It's not about helping the Iranian people, making it a free country. It's about more oil. because just like before, he thinks that he knows everything and that we got enough oil to meet our demands. We don't. Okay? And we have such a small amount, such a little amount of oil in the United States of America that the prices are going to go to the damn ceiling. And everyone keeps saying, oh, Mr. Doom and Gloom, Mr. Negative. No, I'm not Mr. Negativity, Mr. Doom and Gloom. I'm trying to educate you people. I got a tiny brain.
It's just the truth, man. Why is it every time you tell people the truth, the inevitable, what's going on, everybody want to call it doom and gloom when it's just the truth, man? You know, a lot of things that we've talked about on this channel that would take place, it's been happening. And those, you know, the same people who call it doom and gloom, they're quiet about what's going on. It's like, it should be obvious right now that they're trying to just completely reset the system. Somebody's Golden Sea says, do you think there will be price gouging? Absolutely. Without a shot of a doubt. Yeah, they want this global economic system restarted. You know, this is all being done on purpose. They're trying to bring in the mark of the beast. You know, this is what it's about. We're living in the Antichrist system. You know, we are really witnessing the Antichrist beast system being implemented. They're doing it in our faces. And this is the crazy part. They acting like on the news, they acting like they're trying to come up with a solution, but they're doing it on purpose. They're giving us the bread and circus, the back and forth, the conflicts, all of that. They're giving us all that. When meanwhile, behind the scenes, behind closed doors, they sitting around a damn round table and they're saying everything is going according to plan. That's what's happening right now. They're sitting around saying everything is going according to plan, and the useless eaters will be lining up for a solution. That's what they think of us. Why? Because we do not take matters in our own hands. And I mean that in a sense of being self-sufficient. We don't unite. We don't support one another. We don't care. Long as we got our own civil liberties, nobody cares, so they can get away with it. When those files was released, y'all, that was the ultimate test to see if the public would get rid of these people. They told you they was eating children. They told you that they was burying bodies. They told you that they was worshiping Moloch. They told you that they was making clones and sacrificing people. They told you that they was following the Nephilim. They told you to your face. And I'm talking to America right now. They literally told us to our faces what they were doing. And guess what we did? As people, as the American citizens, we went to the next story. We stayed entertained. We let bread and circus continue to rock us to sleep. And you know what? Them people feel untouchable. And you wonder why Donald Trump dressed up put himself out there as Jesus Christ. You wonder why these people did that? You wonder why they walking around with a God complex. You wonder why they getting messy with their staged events. Because they looking at it like the people not going to do shit about it anyway. They're not even going to do nothing for themselves. That's how they look at it. I'm just telling you, that's just what it is. That's what's happening right now.
that aren't smart enough to like do your own research and like watch the news and like research things other than watching TikTok videos or Instagram clips.
Yep.
That's not where you're going to find out the truth. The truth is that we're in a bad situation right now.
And it's crazy because you can go look at your gas prices. You ain't got to look at the TikTok videos, Instagram videos. You can look at the fact that your neighborhoods are divided. You can look at the fact that there's no unity. You can look at the fact that all the schools are low-key shutting down right before your eyes. The schools are. The teachers are going on hiatus. Everything is changing. Department of Education is now the Department of Labor. Everything is changing. ICE came in here and ICE did what they wanted to do with the immigrants. And then they turned around and said, you know what, we're going to get billions of dollars to now surveil anyone who go against the grain. And we ain't like, damn. It's going to turn to Hunger Games in America, bro. I'm not just saying this. It seems like week in and week out, there's more going on that lead to a complete police state in America, a complete financial, economic collapse and reset. You see it every day, every day. And I'm just pointing out the obvious. Now, a lot of you all in truth, y'all know what's going on. But I'm trying to plead with those who may be just catching the platform, they knew, whatever. I'm talking to those who like, why is this guy always talking about this stuff? Who is this dude? What is he talking about? Look, open your eyes. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It's just like, wake up.
We're running out of oil. And he knows it. He doesn't want you to know it. And he thought he could go in Iran and just like open up the strait, and then he found out he's playing checkers. They're playing chess, and they're playing him like a fiddle because he ain't smart enough. He should have never gone over there. He should have stayed the fuck out of there. Anyway, I don't know what to say anymore because everyone thinks that I'm losing my mind or that I don't know what I'm talking about or that I'm just trying to be negative. I'm trying to educate you all to smarten up. You know, you're all out buying your iced coffees and your vapes and cigarettes and cases of beer when you should be filling up your garage full of gasoline because you're gonna need it. You are gonna need it.
That's right. And listen, I ain't gonna talk about it. I done said this a few weeks ago, and better believe when I say certain things, I'm already taking certain steps, man. I'm telling you right now. I said how many of y'all remember that? A couple weeks ago, I was like, y'all, look, the time now is to get you some gas, like rack up on the gas. You know, I got a few inboxes. A couple brothers and sisters hit me up in Los Angeles, like, yo, Bree, I wish I would have listened to you, man. You know, some places out here, the gas is $9, bro. $9. They took pictures and sent me pictures, you know, and I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, yo, you said 2 weeks ago, go ahead and grab some of that. It's going to keep, listen, all right, listen, it's going to keep going up. Like, we're at a point in time now in America where nothing is slowing down. Nothing is slowing down. They've already started what they're going to do. They're not letting up. The Truth, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. He says, you can't even expect someone to answer the door if you aren't from their neighborhood. So there won't be any unity when shit hits the fan. That's true. That is true. It won't be. I mean, the book of Esdras talk about that, how people going to be raiding people's houses because of the lack of bread. You know, there's no doubt about that. No doubt at all. It's just the time we're in. Hold on. Everybody getting laid off. Hold on. And this is just something I want to show y'all about the school systems, because the schools are getting replaced. A lot of them getting replaced with AI. And this is also leading into a prison planet. And we'll talk about that.
AI school with no teachers is set to open in Chicago this year, where students will learn core subjects like science, math, and reading. From a robot, though. Parents, what y'all think about this? I ain't gonna lie, this ain't right. It's bad enough that the teachers... okay, I ain't gonna do that. But it's just bad enough that how everything is right now. We don't need no robot teaching our kids anything. Because this is how I look at it. Who taught the robot? Who programmed the robot to learn these things? Because if you technically think about it, everything that the robot knows potentially is online. This just don't make no sense. They really trying to replace everybody and everybody's jobs with AI robots. And I'm telling y'all, this ain't gonna work. It's not gonna be successful. I'm trying to tell you. What y'all gonna do if your kid go to class and that robot's supposed to be teaching your kid, and that robot the battery end up dying on that robot? Then what's gonna happen? You gonna call for a substitute robot, or you gonna call for a real person? Man, stop trying to do all this stuff with AI, man. We got enough people that's teachers and that still want to be teachers. We're not lacking on teachers. Like, come on now. We don't need no robot. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And for it to start in Chicago was crazy work. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about this. I don't like it. Like and follow for more.
Man, America gonna be a very strange place in the next 5 years. It's already getting weird, y'all. It's getting real weird. But in about 5 years from now, it's gonna be looking like a dystopian future. It really reminds me of that movie. What's that one movie? Man, it's got Chris Tucker in it. I want to say it kind of gives you Fifth Element vibes they got going on. It's not looking right, man. We talking about AI teachers, man. Robot teachers. Hundreds of schools are shutting down all across the country. You know, and what I'm seeing is the lies are just unraveling. Since the lies are unraveling in Babylon, they just gonna go all out with it. That's what it looked like. We not done yet, y'all. Hold on one moment. Let me go here with it. And everybody get the likes up on the stream. You know, y'all could be anywhere, but y'all kicking it right here off the Friday evening. And it's good to have y'all. You know, we just gonna chop it up. We just gonna chop it on up. I want to say shout out to the Hebrew Hub. You already know. Time is now, man. I know a lot of y'all see what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, some of them robots.
The president, I was told, no longer trusts Israel.
I was going to say some of them robots are going to start tweaking too. Hold on. It's not the video I wanted to hit, but let's go.
told y'all months ago, none of this was going to end peacefully. And I stand on that. There will be blood. There will be blood. Not because our community is going to make it so, but because it's very obvious that other communities are going to make it so. So because we won't go out into the streets and willingly shed our blood for their rights so that they can just attain them and then turn around and shit on our community again, they're just going to come for us. They're just going to make up shit. Just make up shit. And then be like, yeah, let's go get all the blacks. That's what's coming, guys. Hope y'all ready. I've been training for this shit for years, knowing that this fucking moment was coming. Being ignored by people in my community when I tried to fucking teach them shit that I've spent thousands of dollars learning as far as self-defense. Thousands of dollars in one-on-ones to fucking advance to a pro level. Like, good luck, y'all. Hope the Louis Vuitton bags, long nails and fucking eyelashes that cross the street save you, nigga. You know? Hope all the broads in your roster save you, nigga, because it's about to get ugly real soon.
And you know what? There's a time like never before where brothers, man, we just got to get on our purpose, man. We got to get mentally, physically, and spiritually equipped, ready, training, all of it. And I ain't just talking, man. We got to get to, listen, let's just call it what it is, brothers. We got to get to work. We got to get to work. We got to get real good with these. We got to get good with these. You know what I'm saying? You got to get to know your neighbors. Let them know, look, bro, give your neighbors the head nod. And listen, you know, look, I live in a community, I guess it's like a middle, I guess you would call it like a middle class community, whatever the case is, but it ain't nothing but black folks that live around here. And there was a little accident in the neighborhood the other day. And, you know, one of my neighbor's cars was tapped by one of my vehicles. And you know, make a long story short, you know, me and the neighbor got to know each other a little bit because we had a situation. And, you know, of course, we had to go through the insurance company and all of that. But, you know, I come to find out, I see this neighbor all the time. We never speak. You know what I'm saying? Never say anything. But come to find out, dude is kind of cool. And see, at that moment, it's like, look, bro, if you need anything, let me know. Just that little gesture, bro. If you need anything, let me know. You need a few people in your neighborhood, in your community. It's like, look, something looking weird out here. Hey, you watching? I'm watching out here. This little area right here. You know what I'm saying? Anybody come to this little cul-de-sac over here? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be paying. You gotta be alert. Hey man, certain cars coming around, all of that, man. You just gotta be on point these days. I'm telling you, this is people be tweaking. Yeah. Somebody said, always blessings to meet neighbors. Yes. You know, in some neighborhoods, you don't want to talk to none of your neighbors. I understand, but man, it get real. It get real out here.
About a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, I was in a dream, and in the dream, I was watching a basketball game, like at a high school gym. And as I was watching the game, it was just a normal day, you know, children running the floor, you know, at the game, and the referee, I remember seeing the referees, just a normal game. And then all of a sudden, there was an explosion. And I knew it was a bomb, like a missile. I don't know if it was a missile or just some kind of big explosion, but it was something that wasn't normal. Like, not somebody being disgruntled and a bomb going up. No, this was something like that seemed like it was falling out of the sky. And obviously, people started to panic. And then I woke up with the feeling that as this was happening, after the bomb went off and I was waking up, the feeling was surreal. Like, not anything that's going on today with the countries at war and stuff. It was deeper than that. Much deeper than that. It was something spiritual that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was left with the feeling of, as these things begin to transpire in America, because that's where it is, that's what it's going to be. As these things transpire in America, it's not going to be the typical feeling, the typical war that we've seen in other places. But it's going to be, your mind can't even comprehend the things that's getting ready to happen.
And I've been reading the Apocrypha a whole lot. Book of Edges, Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus, and the future. It's something that is described very, very well biblically. You know what I'm saying? When it talks about not only the love of many wax cold, but times of austerity where people get desperate, people get to raiding homes, and people going from one, catastrophes happening, and people go outside their home and don't know where to stay in the house or run, don't know to try to flee, whatever. It's going to be certain things that happen in this country where people are just not going to know what to do. They're just not going to know what to do. And the Bible jumps off the page more and more, because when you look at the spirit that's behind this country, when you look at how things are and how far from the Most High this place is, it has to fall into disarray. It just doesn't have any choice. It all has to come to a hymn at some point. And it's like a tipping point. And every day that goes by, you're seeing things that show you that it's going towards that direction. And so it makes you want to be prepared. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Practice trying to survive off one meal a day, stuff like that. And I'm serious about the training. Train, hit the gym up, hit the, train boxing, train kickboxing, train wrestling, train with various weapons, nunchucks, learn how to throw knives. I mean, all of it, man, all of it. And one thing about it, even as we age, right? Even as we age, you still should be wanting to learn something new all the time. That's what keeps you vibrant. That's what keeps you up. And that's what keeps you going. And I find myself within the last month or so, I just been really locking in on certain things, locking in on the gym more, locking in on. Yeah, they trying to listen. They trying to play with the stream because they know that what I'm saying is some real talk. They don't want us to be really preparing our bodies and our minds. You know what I'm saying? I've been really focusing on staying sharp, focusing on nutrition, focusing on like getting things that are resourceful, because you just never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, some old school rules said, get you some bear spray too. Look, I'm telling you, keeping the brass knuckles, learning how to do certain things that in an emergency, you would have that know-how. You know, these are the type of things that I like to look at online now. Like I spend a lot of time looking up nutrition, health, fitness, a lot of just practical things you can do to heal the body. All of that stuff is real. All that stuff is real in these times, man. This stuff is real talk. Gotta move accordingly. Hold on.
Hey, you cannot get too attached to nothing in this fake ass world, bro. Real shit. You cannot get too attached. And you cannot be scared to lose anything in this fake ass world, bro. Like,
you can't be scared to lose anything or anybody, bro. That's real talk. Let me see where he going with this.
Nothing lasts forever in this fake ass world, bro. Nothing is guaranteed but fucking death in this fake ass world, bro. Real shit. Y'all be running around this motherfucker scared to lose people, scared to rub people the wrong way, scared to understand the truth about the fucking world, scared to live in y'all fucking truth, bro. Fuck this shit, man.
Hey, look, I know it's a lot of profanity or whatever the case is, but the man's speaking facts, man. You can't be afraid to lose people. If somebody don't align with you, man, ain't no use to trying to force it. You only get one life to live, and life is short, bro. Like, if you find yourself around people that won't allow you to become the best version of yourself, man, cut them damn people off, bro. Don't even waste your time. Like, in this moment, don't even waste your time arguing with people. Don't let them have it. Listen, there's some golden rules that you got to put in place in your life. If somebody make you feel like you don't fit in their life the proper way, then remove yourself. If somebody let their true emotions and feelings be known, listen, I don't care about all the good moments you might have had or what an individual, man, F all them good moments and all of that. Listen, if they play with you, get rid of them. If they don't respect you, get rid of them. That go for everybody. If you're around people who don't even respect you, regardless of what, get rid of them. For real. Or they're going to stop your life. They're going to literally stop you from living. They're going to drain your energy. They're going to make you feel sick to your stomach. I'm telling you. You got one chance to get this right. What you look like dealing with people who don't even have your best interests at heart. What do you look like dealing with people who really low-key just in competition with you, or jealous of your accomplishments, or believe you don't deserve to be where you're at in life? Do you know how many people that some of you all have been around that just don't even think you deserve to have anything? They think that you belong in misery. They wasn't there for the hard working days and nights. They wasn't there for nothing you've been through to acquire your position in life, or what. They wasn't there. They don't know. But they'll come and judge you, thinking that they know something and they don't. I'm telling you, man, life is too short to be caring about these people. They don't pay your bills. They don't give a damn about you anyway. So why should you care about some people who don't even care about you anyway? Them people don't give a damn about you, but you worried about how they feel about you. Man, y'all better lock in. You better lock in, man. Leave these damn people alone.
Like, nothing lasts forever, bro.
be on your fucking job 10 fucking years. And then they 11th year come, them bitches can fire you. If they want to let your ass go, they can let your ass go, bro. Like, you can be in a fucking relationship for 10, 15 years, bro. That 16th year come, a motherfucker can wake up right on side of you in bed and tell your ass they don't want to do the relationship no more, bro.
Right. And it ain't no use to crashing out over it. Listen, bro, and all you fellas out there, if a woman want to leave, let her ass go in a heartbeat. Soon as the words come out of her mouth that she don't want to do it no more, let her go. Let her go. Let her go. It's like 30 women to every one man. I don't give a damn if y'all been together 20 years. If she want to go, release her. Brothers, brothers answer. Listen, when you are faced with judgment, you're gonna be by yourself. That's the harsh reality of it. Nobody's gonna be there with you. Nobody's gonna be there with you. All you gotta do, look, brothers, woman don't want to be with you, she leave, man. Go to the gym and go get you a revenge bod and do what you need to do. Same thing with the ladies. Do what the hell you need to do and keep it moving. Like, it ain't no use of crashing out over people. It ain't no use of trying to be messy and bash people and try to hurt people and ruin people's opportunities and all that weird stuff. Ain't no use of doing any of that. You know, you see people online all the time get all messy and all of that when these breakups happen, man. Listen, man. Life goes on. Yeah, brothers, go get a revenge bag. Revenge. Listen, sometimes, let me tell you something. Sometimes, I don't know if y'all have ever been through this before, but sometimes the Most High will remove somebody from your life, and then all of a sudden you just start being blessed. It's like people call it the universe, God, whatever. People call it the universe answering the questions, but it's the Most High. Whoever that person was, male or female, because this can happen with women too, they was blocking your blood. They was being used by the devil. For whatever reason, you could not level up. You can only take losses and have misery with certain people. But the minute that person is removed, you're good. You're like, damn, I'm all right now. The Most High will not let, and it can be not just intimate relationships. It could be friendships. You cut off certain people, and all of a sudden you blessed. You cut off certain individuals, all of a sudden you good. Yeah. I'm telling you, it'd be some people that's just blessing blockers. That's why I'm gonna tell you right now, like, you got to learn how to be strong on your own. And people wonder why us introverted people enjoy being alone so much, because we understand that nobody is promised. We understand that people can walk in and out. We understand that people's emotions change from day to day. We understand that people fall out with people all the time. So guess what? We learn to be comfortable by ourselves. We learn to adapt to being alone. We learn to accept that we may not have the same support coming from family or friends or any of these people or intimate relationships or whatever. It don't matter. Let them go. Let them go. 9 times out of 10, it just wasn't right anyway. You know?
Like, you cannot get too attached to shit in this fake ass world, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally raise kids for 18 years. And them motherfuckers will literally grow up and if they choose to say fuck you as a parent, they can say fuck you, bro. Like, you cannot get too attached to nothing in this fake ass world. Nothing, bro.
You can't get attached to nothing or nobody in this world. Anything could be taken from you. I'm talking about material possessions. Don't get so attached to material things. Don't get so attached to a person or people or acceptance or approval. Don't get attached to any of it. I didn't had situations where I lost support from hundreds of people, maybe even thousands of people. And you know what? I didn't care because I looked at it like it's just spring cleaning. You know, when people stop supporting for whatever reason, maybe I did a video, I said something they didn't like, and now them people want to leave, or maybe they watched another creator say something about me who don't like me, right? Okay, look, it is what it is. You know what? It's a million. It's supposed to be what, trillions of people out here in the world. And then, you know, the type of people we are, a lot of chosen people are, when we really rock with people, we'll do for people. We'll look out. We will be generous. We will be giving. We will be kind. We will be supportive. But guess what? We detach easily. That's the thing about us. A lot of times we detach easily because it's like, okay, well, you know, it is what it is. You know, and that's like if I have a so-called friend that's not reciprocating what I'm doing for them, right? And it's revealed to me that I'm being used. I'm gonna cut the person off and not even think twice about it. Because I understand that they lost a good friend. I understand that they lost someone who is supportive. Yep. I'm telling you. That's some real good advice.
I can't possibly be the only one who's excited to watch the downfall of the American Empire. I can't be the only one.
Nope.
And that fucking turd came out and said, please tax us. We want to give you 4-day work weeks and better pay. And no, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Too late. You had your fucking chance. You had decades. Centuries to get your fucking shit straight. We don't want the old world back. Fuck you. It's time to watch all of this crumble into the sea. And I'm very excited about it. Because again, we don't want the old world back.
You know what's so exciting about the fall of Babylon? Y'all want to know what's then? For me, my favorite part about watching Babylon fall, it's like a few things. Like I got a whole list about what I enjoy about seeing Babylon fall. Number one, I like seeing people get exposed for who they are. Like, and what I mean is, like, people who may act a certain way with you, once the pressure comes, how they reveal how they really feel about you, because they can't hide it, because it's a shift going on where it's a spiritual thing, the wheat and the tare being separated. That's one thing I really enjoy seeing, because I know that's the Most High protecting his people. I like that part. And I love seeing, I love being validated after all the things that we've been warning them about. That's a beautiful part. That's a beautiful part there too. All the things we've been warning them about, and then it happens. And then people get speechless. And then also, it's the fact that we know that soon that we're going to be ruling. We're going to be ruling. And also, it's hilarious seeing people who decided to follow false doctrines, knowing that they false doctrines, but they want their ears tickled. it's funny trying to see them explain things away. It's like we watching them squirm when all they got to do is turn to what's true. You know?
That shit was garbage too. But at least you didn't take it too far back then. You knew your limits. You knew you couldn't boil the frog immediately.
Mm-hmm.
There were certain things that even you wouldn't fucking do. But that train has sailed. And now we see you for what you really are. So no. Too fucking late.
Yeah, we're enjoying ourselves. We love seeing Babylon fall. I don't know what people think this is.
Yo, I'm 42 years old, and I can honestly tell you, I have never in my life seen a more mass exhaustion, frustration, anger, or just downright hopelessness in my life. I lived through 9/11. I lived all of that. COVID, everything. I'm telling you, the last time things felt real, like real, was probably 2014.
Yo, I want to thank, who is this here? Exandra Hamilton. I appreciate the support. She came through with the $100 support. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. She said, blessings, Nubreed. You're a very smart and intelligent young man. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support.
Maybe 2015, 2016, and you can get political with that however you want. But I'm just talking about the last time things felt real. Because right now, it just feels like we're floating in a liminal space and everybody is scared, confused, and hopeless.
Yeah, that's the part that kind of bothers a lot of us believers, that everybody is afraid, confused, and hopeless, because once they are converted to what's true, they're not going to have those feelings. Those feelings are going to go away. When we're warning people of what's going on, that is part of the awakening. You know, that is part of people seeing what time they're in so they can understand the value of repentance, the value of actually changing their lives around. You know, that's what it's really about. You know, it all leads to repentance.
So don't let yourselves be fooled now by America. No, America has only been a major global power, literally within generations that are currently living on this earth. Do you understand me? Do you understand how short that is? We're talking about inside my mother's lifetime. Inside my mother's lifetime, my father's lifetime, my lifetime, and your lifetime. That's not impressive. That's not proof of anything. No, you have to show me your global stature. You have to show me your global influence for at least 500 consecutive years, not 50. America just got here, historically speaking, and it's already on the way out. Shortest empire in history, like I said. It's the shortest, but it's the most violent, the most brutal, the most savage, the most ruthless.
Man, he speaks like a white Malcolm X, man, but he's telling nothing but the truth. He said America's the shortest empire and is on its way out. Already, America is on its way out. It's on its last leg already. It's a hop, skip, and a jump away from being completely collapsed. It only been around a few hundred years.
And the most destructive empire in history. It's so destructive that it's self-destructive. And alhamdulillah for that. They're leading their own people into obsolescence. You understand? They gave birth to a class of elites who are committing patricide against themselves. They made a class of wealthy extractors and pillagers who are now extracting and pillaging the country that made them in the first place. And they rule by confusion, by delusion.
Danica, thank you for the support. I appreciate the support. Shout out Danica Hunter. She says, stay alert out here. And that's what we doing. We got to stay alert. Got to stay alert.
Deception and division. Their model relies upon making their population ignorant, making their population unskilled, dysfunctional, sick, and lazy. That's the truth. They don't want a capable population. They don't want a moral population. They don't want an intelligent population. They don't want a disciplined population. That's the last thing that they want. What kind of a system is that? Okay, I could tell you what kind of a system. I can tell you all sorts of things about what sort of a system that is. But the main thing that you need to know is that it is a short-term system. That's not a system that can survive. That's not a sustainable system. It's a crash and grab system. It's a short-term con game. It's a quick fraud. It's a take the money and run cheat. You know, your President Lincoln, he saw what it was when he said that you can fool some of the people all of the time and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time, meaning the jig is going to be up sooner or later.
They can't fool all the people all of the time, and I'm a firm believer that we're the ones they can't fool. We are the ones that they just can't deceive. They cannot pull the wool over our eyes, no matter how much psychological warfare they try to use against us. We are not submitting to their satanic power structure. We will continue to call on our God, the Most High, the Elohim. We will continue to strive for freedom and excellency. We will continue to the best of our abilities to represent our God. And we are going to be shameless when it comes to speaking what's true. And we're going to stand on that. That's the problem. That's why a lot of you brothers and sisters affect people in a lot of various ways. Even if you're not a so-called speaker of what's going on. Listen, the fact that you connect with the Holy Spirit, listen, this corrupted system has produced corrupted people. In our daily lives, we're dealing with people who are corrupted. And these people believe that they can weaponize this system against us in any way. That's why they're comfortable. They think they're on a winning team. But how many times has the Most High showed up with divine intervention when somebody who believes that they have the whole world on their side, when they truly believe that they got everybody believing that you're one way and they can turn everybody against you? How many times did the Most High validate you? Because he's seen you for who you are. The Most High did that. Because if it was up to these scavengers, if it was up to these NPCs and these bots, they would have us destroyed. And they've tried. They've tried. They tried to weaponize the world against us. They thought they was on a winning team, but the Most High showed them otherwise. You do not play with the Most High's people. You do not beat the Most High's people when they're down. That's a dangerous game to play. And that goes for everyone. Like even with these church communities out here, when you see somebody slipping, there's a way to pick them up. You know, and I see in these little spaces online, people love to condemn, beat down. Oh, I'm exposing this one, exposing that one. You don't know these people, everybody's soul. That's something you got to be careful with. It's almost like the church leaders and people in these various spaces want people to repent, make the repentance to them. Or they really not concerned with repentance because they want something to talk about. They want somebody to bash. They want somebody to beat down on. A lot of us, brothers and sisters, we've been that person that's been ousted, beat down, isolated, ostracized. And then when we rise up strong and we right up in y'all's faces, now y'all want to be intimidated. It's tell you in the scriptures, the righteous going to stand bold in the last days. And it's going to make the whole world afraid. They're going to be afraid because everybody else is going to be scared. But they're going to be like, why are they so confident? Why are they so bold? All hell breaking loose. Why they got their heads up, walking upright? Why they still proclaiming to be chosen ones? And that's going to bother them. This empire known as America is the shortest lived empire in human history. And it's because of its evil, the witches and warlocks, gang stalkers and perpetrators. And guess what? Listen, I want y'all to put this into perspective. If we survived in America in 2026 and counting, with all that's going on in the world, and this is so evil that this country can only last 400 years tops. What does that say about us for being able to survive it? Not only survive it, but speak against it. Not only survive it, but speak against the satanic worship, the Baal worship, the witches, the warlocks. What do that say about us? They better realize who they dealing with.
And we're living at that time right now. The jig is up. The rug is being pulled. And the main contribution that America will have made to humanity when this is all said and done, America is ultimately going to be remembered as a cautionary tale of what happens to a state that has nothing but contempt for humanity. It's going to be the ultimate cautionary tale of what goes up must come down. The ultimate cautionary tale of what goes around comes around. The ultimate cautionary tale of the harder they come, the harder they fall.
Yep.
And you reap what you sow.
Man, that's why the Bible says, give Babylon double what she gave us. They don't listen, they don't even understand who they dealing with. There's going to be survival stories written in the new books that's coming. Because they'll be, while we reigning with Christ for 1,000 years, we're going to be written of in the new books. What we had to survive and endure here in Babylon. From these last few generations of our people, going through everything from Jim Crow, from slavery, everything that we went through here in this country. Are you kidding me? The crack era, stop and frisk. Like, all of us got a story. You can't be a melanated man and not have a story of trial, error, triumph, and not even just a melanated man. You can't be a follower of Christ and not have a real story. And I'm talking about following the real Christ as the scriptures have written, whether male or female. You cannot be a person who've gotten to this point in life where you can connect to what we're talking about unless you done been through something in your life. You cannot come to this realization that you got to give up a lot of things, turn to Christ, cut a lot of people off. You cannot connect with this word. You cannot connect with these scriptures unless you got a story and you'd have been through it. They're not dealing with no weak people. Not dealing with no weak people. We are the ones who survived what they couldn't survive without them selling their souls. We survive things that would make the average person give up their soul. They'll just quit. They'll just throw in the towel and give up. And say, you know what? I'm going back into the world. I quit. And some of us may have even quit sometimes. Lord knows I done slipped a few times, quite a few times, back into my old ways, back into the world. I've done it over the years. But listen, I'm always coming back. We all fall short of the glory. The Bible says the righteous fall of 7 times if he rise again. We all been knocked down before, but guess what? The fact that we even got back up and understand that the truth is the truth, that shows resolve. That shows fight. That shows tenacity. That shows people who don't want to throw in the towel. That shows people who refuse to give up because they want the kingdom. Telling you. Don't ever give up on yourself because you may have fell short, man. Listen, every day you got a day to breathe and get it right.
Welcome to another episode of the Conversation Moment. Life is so fragile nowadays. I'm telling you, it's so fragile nowadays. And especially when you're driving, especially when you're in restaurants, people are on the edge, and all it takes is something just that small to trigger them. Mm-hmm. And you'd be surprised. You know, now here we got a lady that all she did was, they was in a parking lot. She blew her horn. What'd she do that shit for? Man got out and shot her. Didn't know her for Adam Lee. That's the only reason why he shot her, because she blew her horn. Man in the restaurant, forgot the name of the restaurant. The waiter got his order wrong. I don't know, the fries weren't cold, weren't hot, or whatever it was. And it triggered, and he killed that man. Right there in the restaurant. Didn't know him from Adam Lee. So, I'm making this video to tell y'all, listen, calm down, slow down. Think when you get on that road.
Yep. And you know what? And that fits right into what we talking about right now, because to survive in Babylon is to be wise. Everybody's seen to be on edge. Everybody's easily triggered. And to have the discernment to know how to move right now is imperative. I'm telling you right now, you got to really take that moment to take a couple breaths when you see things going a certain way. And you got to be extremely observant out here, because you're dealing with a bunch of demons walking around in the flesh. It's demons in the flesh maneuvering and operating. And they're crashing out hard, man. People don't have no type of recourse for their actions. And that's why a lot of the times, it's good to just stay tucked away, man. It's good to just stay somewhere secluded to yourself and really lock in, really focus on what it is that you want. What it is that you want to do in your life. And understand that nobody is worth throwing your life away for. And I don't care. It can be people, the brother said, going to these restaurants, going out. Look, your foes can be they of your own household. You can have gaslighting family members, gaslighting husband or wife. You can have people who want to purposely trigger you to get you to throw away your life. Literally will purposely do that. It's not just out there in the streets. You have to fight. And there's nothing worse than if you fighting out there and you fighting in your homes. Some of you brothers and sisters, y'all got to get out of certain situations because you find yourself constantly gaslit, constantly triggered. I don't know who this message is for, but somebody needs to hear it. You got to know when to take that extra breath. You got to know when to remove yourself. Don't let anybody trick you out of your freedom. Don't let anybody trick you out of your future. Don't let anybody trick you out of your life or your livelihood. Because Satan is sending these demons and they are hacking people. And you think that you think you battling with your family member. You think you going back and forth with your sister or your brother, or your cousin, your auntie and them. No, you're not talking to a person. That's a demon trying to entice you to say something you're going to regret or do something you're going to regret. And once you recognize that you're dealing with spirits, you're going to look at things totally different, and it's going to take the personal part out of it. Then it doesn't become something personal. Because when you see a spirit rise up in an individual and they're purposely trying to get a reaction out of you, get certain energy out of you, you're going to recognize what it is immediately. And you're going to see the aura on that person. And you're going to realize that's not the person doing it. That's something behind them. There's something standing behind them. Listen, you may even see it. You may even see it because listen, you may see it as an aura, a color, or you may actually see a spirit once you realize that none of this is personal. We are like player one, we in the matrix, and none of it is personal. We are dealing with spiritual warfare. And I'm going to tell you, once you really wrap your mind around that, the Most High will start showing you certain things about people before it even comes to that. Before it even comes to, a situation where a demon can claim your life. You will see it on the person before it even happens. I'm talking about real live superpower stuff. Like you can walk in the room, you can look around and boom, you will lock in and be like, that person right there has a spirit on them. And I think that person may be dangerous. Or that individual may flee the scene. Literally, you might walk in somewhere and somebody will leave just because you're there. And the demon can't stand to be around you. That's the level we want all the Most High's people. That you at a level where somebody with ill intentions can't even stand next to you. The Most High can give us that power. That's real talk.
When you get behind that steering wheel, please put that phone down. Please, that's the number one thing. Put the phone down. 2, let your head be a swivel. Always know what's in front of you, behind you, and on both sides of you at all times. Anticipate what's going to happen before you get there. And people that's in a hurry, if you see them coming up real, if you can get over safely, get on over. Let them go. Let them go.
Mm-hmm.
You get in a parking space. I was in Sam's Club parking spot. I got my signal light on. I'm waiting for the people to back out. Well, the people backed out in front of me. The lady went around me, came back up the other way, and jumped right in front of me and got that parking space and knew I was waiting on. And then she got out the car and heard another lady say, "You slow, you blow." I like I didn't hear you. Never made eye-to-eye contact with her. Went on around. Thank God I found a better parking space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking y'all. If you're watching my video, please, if you're in line and somebody want to cut the line, let them go. Because their lives, their freedom don't mean shit to them.
Yep. People do not care. And also, if somebody lightly bumps your car from behind, don't get out your vehicle. There's this new thing that they're doing in these cities where they will lightly tap your car, bump it, and then they're waiting for you to get out so they can pull that gun out on you, steal your car, drive off, and try to kill you. That's what's happening. So you definitely got to pay attention. And it's not only that when it comes to somebody cutting line or moving a certain way, it's not only that it's not a situation where you're afraid of them people. You may not want to let the situation escalate because of what you may do. You may do something that's going to jeopardize your freedom because you got slighted. You know what I'm saying? This is just this is some common knowledge that you really got to pay attention to, man. You got to be on point.
And like I said, when they leave out of the house, I wish your motherfucker would say something to me today. You know, first little incident sends them off. Wife done left you, done lost your job. Your husband cheating, he done gone. Your son in jail, your daughter in jail. It could be anything. You finally woke up and found out that you've been a fool. It could be anything. I'm asking you, if you're watching my video, please, please, don't die over nothing. Let that little small shit go. Let them be right. You understand me? Just let them be right. You know. And you go to these places, and you go through the drive-through, and you ask us, you look in the bag, man, can I get some salt and ketchup? Oh, they act like you asked them for some sex. You know. You know. Rolling the eyes and everything. Ma'am, that's okay. Thank you anyway. I'm good. And pull on off.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's like walking on eggshells with people nowadays. You know, you can't ask people for anything nowadays, man. People get a real quick attitude, and that's how you got to be. It's almost like just having basic conversation in 2026 in America. I find myself doing this, like, oh, hey, I'm just asking. Like, imagine going somewhere where customer service is needed, and you ask a question, and the way they act, you got to pull one of these, like, hey, I don't know if you feel threatened by me or whatever, but hey, I'm just asking. It's good. Never mind. When you find yourself having to do this motion all the time, you know something is wrong with people in America. They're so guarded. You got to show people, hey, I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat. It's crazy.
Just I don't want no kind of confrontation. And let me tell you something. You can have your gun, but your whole world gonna be turned upside down.
Yep.
You got to go to court, take time off your job, been a lawyer, all of this shit, because nobody could walk away.
Exactly.
Hear me at the common sense moment. Your freedom is and your life is worth a lot. Please be careful.
Now that's a powerful message right there, man. I 100% agree with that. You gotta be careful out here, man. People they on demon time, man. They're not moving right. People not moving right.
I really have a serious question to ask. What happened to the men that were around when we were younger? You know, like our dads and our granddads, the men that protected women and children, the men that provided. What happened to those men? At what point did we start raising abusers and beaters and molesters and stop raising providers and protectors?
Hey, there's a scripture I want y'all to share where it says menstruous women will bring forth monsters. Somebody share that scripture in the chat. Menstruous women will bring forth monsters. And the reason why these kids are being raised that way is because now women are pretty much keeping children away from the fathers. That's what's happening. If she wants to know why these children are being raised to be that way, because you're keeping a lot of the women out here nowadays are keeping the fathers away from the children. That's why. That answers that question. That's the reason.
I'm not sure, like, what happened, because now the statistics and the rate of women and children that are unalived and abused and SA'd by men that are supposed to protect and provide for them. Like, these are the men.
By what men? What men is she talking about? Because last time I checked, Caucasian men are the ones who are the ones doing this to all the children. They have the highest SA violation rates. Like, what men is she talking about? Yeah, what is this woman talking about? Because it's Caucasian men who are on the record for doing that. Second Esdras 5 and 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women bring forth monsters. Absolutely. I'm gonna have to get back on these women soon. Y'all know I used to put out some material really talking about these modern women because they be on they rocker. I'm gonna have to go right back in and talk about some of these modern women in the near future. Not right now, but y'all get it. I mean, the data and statistics show that it ain't brothers doing this. So I don't know, I don't know who this message directed towards, but let's go.
That are supposed to be their husbands and their fathers. What happened? Why are we like this? How did we get here? Somebody please help me understand it. Help me.
You got feminism. That's how we got here. Feminism. Feminism is how we got here. Let me see. Somebody says, all praises to the Most High. I've been tried in that for real, for real. Let me see. Someone says, modern women, my Lord. We are missing proper order. Right. Somebody says, that's why they single or got cats and dogs. Somebody said you pushed them away. Yeah, they pushed the men away. And then when they raise little demon seeds, then they want to say, well, how did we get here? How did little Ray end up? How did little Ray either end up carrying a purse or robbing something? It should be clear. It should be clear. But anyway, we ain't gonna dig too much into that right now. But I'm just playing these videos. Let me see. They get this on here. Somebody says fast food is causing mental health. Let me see. Somebody says, yeah, yep. Let me see. Someone says, bro was at. Okay. But anyway, we're going to run through a couple more of these videos. Shout out to Hebrew Hub, dropping some good stuff.
The U.S. is really following the path of the Roman Empire right now, from its rise all the way to its downfall. And yes, we are going through a downfall right now if we don't correct course in the near future, in the sense that one of the reasons why the Roman Empire fell is because it got really greedy and tried to bite way more than it could chew, in the sense that they were...
I want to interrupt this real quick. Speaking of modern women, we're going to go back to what he's saying, because what he's saying is real talk. I know a lot of people have been asking me about the Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion situation. Look, free Tory Lanez, man. I don't know. No, in all seriousness, it's interesting seeing all of these women. I'm going to talk about that for a second. In case you don't know, Klay Thompson, NBA player, I guess the rumor is he cheated on Meg Thee Stallion or something. And, they end up breaking up, and you got all these women saying that they need to cheat first, and that everybody's coming to the sympathy of Meg Thee Stallion, a lot of the modern women. And look, it's like this, right? Meg Thee Stallion puts out music that promotes, I mean, anything but a wife. Anything but a wife. I mean, she be twerking her whole ass out there. I mean, like, here's the question. Did you really think Klay Thompson was going to put a ring on it and be with this woman? I mean, really? Look, y'all gotta understand, men don't give a damn. Men will get with you. Men will sleep with you. I mean, Meg Thee Stallion is not unattractive, but guess what? He did that for points. He don't care. She packaged herself as being a thought. And y'all surprised that he's got other options and all of that? Like, what are we even talking about? Meg Thee Stallion is single-handedly, her with a couple of other female artists, promote and push a bunch of Jezebels and harlots. She be on stage with her whole ass out. What am I missing here? Klay Thompson had a fling with Meg Thee Stallion. That's it. It's just a fling. And guess what? Here's the crazy part. He getting a whole lot more women because he got Meg Thee Stallion in her feelings. You know how many women be jealous of Meg Thee Stallion on the low? Who throwing their ass in a circle to try to get with Klay now? Because that's how they really are. That's how them broads really are. They seen, oh, you broke down Meg Thee Stallion. That's a notch on his belt. It's gonna be all kind of women throwing themselves at Klay just so they can, vicariously live through Megan. Come on now. My nigga Breed knew the time. That's the chalk it up to the game. Chalk it up to the game. Yep, but I people been asking me about it, so that's all. That's really all I got on that. People been, hey Bree, what you think about Meg Thee Stallion? And then I don't. Everybody's talking about it. Ain't nothing to it. She was a trophy. Klay used Meg as a trophy, and then he kept it moving. He didn't take her serious. I mean, honestly, how could you take Meg Thee Stallion serious? You listen, ladies, men are not, and this should be a lesson to a lot of ladies out there. Well, this is the type of men. This is what women think. Oh, this is the type of this is the type of women that men like. This is what women think, that we like Meg Thee Stallions. No, men will sleep with a Meg Thee Stallion, but she got cheated on. He didn't listen. He disregarded her, moved on quick because he already knew what time it is. So, ladies, that should teach you that no, men will sleep with women like Meg Thee Stallion, but men do not want to wife up no woman like that. That's the only thing that should show you. That's the only thing that should show you. So, what does that mean? Stop aspiring to be Meg Thee Stallion. Stop aspiring to be Cardi B. Stop aspiring to live hot girl. Only thing you're going to do is get ran through. That's the lesson. That's the lesson. If you aspire to be those type of women, you're going to get ran through, used, and abused. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how pretty you are. It don't matter how much fame you got. It don't matter how much clout you got. You will get ran through and used. That's it. I'm just saying. Now I'm not going to talk about that no more. Somebody in the chat says, who cares? Well, some people do care because a lot of people ask me about it. So that's why I'm answering. I'm sharing my thoughts because people asked, and these are my thoughts on that situation. And I think it's actually a good lesson. I think it's a good lesson for women out here to really consider. Men, men are not, they're not looking at Meg Thee Stallion saying, "Ooh, this is my wife." Nobody's thinking that. Anyway, let's talk about Babylon.
We're constantly fighting these multi-front wars in an attempt to grab more land, and because it got so huge, it caused a lot of instability. Leaders were starting to fight with each other, similar to how the U.S. is. And as far as the multi-front thing, the U.S. is doing that too right now, right? With Trump trying to order strikes in Iran, as well as fucking planning a military operation in Cuba, as well as, trying to go after Venezuela and all that shit. So we're really agitating a bunch of different people in different parts of the world at the same time, and it's going to lead to our downfall.
And Babylon is agitating a lot of small countries, man. And one of these days, man, they're gonna gang up. And right while America is destitute, that's when they striking.
That's the chip that's going to go in your right hand if you take the mark of the beast. This is an x-ray of the right hand with the chip in it. Nations like China and Japan are already doing this to their people. And it says in Revelation 13:16, and the beast will cause both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to have this mark, so that they can buy or sell, and anybody without this cannot buy or sell. So when that happens, what you gonna do?
And that's what it's coming to. That's what it's coming to in Babylon. This is the reason why they don't mind keeping, those prices ramping up. And there's no real solution to the Strait of Hormuz situation. Because they're trying to usher this mark of the beast system. Let's see. Oh no, I've seen this one.
Hey, what's up, America? I want to talk to you about people for a minute and some notions we have about people that may be wrong. And what I mean,
I know I actually played this clip before. Now, All right. I see, it's a little controversy in the chat. What's going on? Was it something I said? Somebody seems to be a little bit ruffled about the Meg Thee Stallion conversation. All I did was speak the truth. That's it. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not saying every man would sleep with a Meg Thee Stallion, but I'm speaking in generalizations. I'm not condemning every man. Let me reframe what I'm saying. I'm not saying every man is going for that type to get a notch on that belt. I'm just saying most men would deal with a woman that's beautiful, but it doesn't matter. All her accolades, none of that matters to a man. Really doesn't. I'm not saying every man would do it, but most would. Many men, yeah. Somebody says, hi, brother Nubreed, brothers and sisters, what's going on? Man, we've been going in for a couple hours now. That's what's up. That's what's up. Time fly. Somebody say you didn't say anything wrong. Okay, yeah. I seen a couple women in the chat. I don't think they understood where I was going at. So I like to be clear about what I'm saying. Yeah, Riri says most men would not turn down Meg. Yeah, they're not gonna just turn her down, but that don't mean they would make her a wife either, regardless of what she got going on. A lot of men don't care about that stuff. Especially, I mean, you got to think about it. Klay Thompson's in the NBA. He got his own money. You know? Somebody says the whole stream been global truth. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's always an honor building with y'all. Danielle says, I love Bree's lives and videos. They always hit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to start doing lives every night this weekend. You know, try to give y'all that voltage y'all signed up for. I'm gonna get back to my uploads soon. You know, during the day, I've been doing a lot of training and different other things I got going on, y'all. I got a lot of things I'm working on. So during the day, I'll be busy a lot, but I'm gonna try to get to some of these uploads too. Let's see. Yep. Somebody says the stream kicked my soul in a good way. I'm glad it did, y'all. Sometimes we just need a reminder that we are not alone in this, y'all. Like the fact that we survived Babylon the way we did, we just not alone in it. And, you know, although we got to endure this spiritual warfare that we face, when this is all said and done, it's going to just be all worth it. It's going to be all worth it. And there's going to be a lot of vindication coming for us as people, a lot of vindication. And, you know, I truly believe that we're in a new season, y'all. We just in a new season. Things are going in the right direction. I know that the Most High got his people on different assignments now. And I'm going to tell you, if you're in a place in your life where you don't know what your assignment is at that time, yo, just peace, be still. Be still. Don't force nothing. One thing I'm learning in life, you shouldn't have to stress and worry about nothing. If you're doing what you need to do, everything that's supposed to happen, it's supposed to move seamless. It's supposed to just fall in your lap. And it's just supposed to just happen. That's how you know the Most High gave you an assignment. Where he like, boom, this is what you need to do. Sometimes you might have a dead season. But that's why the scriptures say, be ready to admonish, rebuke, all of that. Be ready to answer the call, even in a dead season. Even in a dead season. So, but it's coming. Yep. Let me see. Somebody says, yeah. Okay, I see Amy in the building. She says, you and I always good, Bree. You know that. Yep, Amy, what's going on with you? She showed up to our land walks. See, I see some familiar faces in here. People I've actually shook hands with and met. That's what's up. And hopefully this summer we can set up some more gatherings like that. I know that I'm going to be in the Carolinas real soon. I'm also going to have to be going to Ohio soon, y'all. And I want everybody to have their prayers up for my mom. You know, she's not really doing too well. And, you know, it's been tough, but, you know, just prayers up for that, you know. It's not nothing I care to talk about too much right now, but, you know, it is what it is. And, yeah, but we're going to be putting together some stuff. We're going to be putting together some stuff, y'all. Somebody says, If something cancels, look at it as it wasn't meant for you. Instead of trying to make it happen. I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah, thank y'all. But yeah, yup. But it is what it is. It's in the Most High's hands. And it's just in the Most High's hands, y'all. And Straw Hat, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Says shalom, much love and respect. Brother Nubreed and let me see. And sisters, is it cool if I hop in the voice chat for like 2 or 3 minutes? All praises to the Father. You know what? I will open up. I'm gonna start opening up the panel. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow night. I should be going live tomorrow night or towards the evening time around 8 or something like that. And I'm gonna start opening up these panels. Right now, it's just, I have to make sure I got everything set up where I can do it on this software I'm using. But I think we got to start back doing that. Somebody said, what's the Cash App? The Cash App is Nubreed Global Truth, just like on the channel, Nubreed Global Truth. Yep. Amira says, come to Dayton, Ohio, LOL. Yeah, I think, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. Dayton, Ohio. Never been there. I'm going to be near Cleveland. Let me see. But y'all know what it is, man. We're going to be building more material coming. Always an honor and a blessing building with y'all. I got more content coming. Everybody stay safe out there. Till next time, y'all.